Welcome back to Investing with Welcome back to Investing with Confidence. As always, I am your host, Joshua David, having a good time talking about the do's and the don'ts of the financial markets, getting into some of the different techniques and strategies that the institutions or the smart money utilize in their trading accounts, how to plan your trades, buying low and selling high, the real way to do that. But also the importance of learning these techniques and skills now for your future, hopefully to make better or smarter decisions in the future. If you happen to miss 2 tickets for that investing class that Al teaches right here in Bloomington, call 952-814-4410. When you do that, you're going to receive that cryptocurrency foundations course. You can also text the word invest to the number 484848. But you got to click the link when we send that back to you, pick a date in that link, and register for one of those classes. When you do that, you're going to receive that cryptocurrency foundations course. And now we want to get into, there's a lot of people getting into the markets right now. Right. And people are doing that. I was actually having a conversation with a gal here today, and she was talking about getting into the market, but not knowing what she was doing, didn't have the confidence in her positions, and just needed help on where to get in, where to get out, and building that financial confidence. And you want to talk a little bit about what's more important, or if not even, what's more important other than just, I don't even know how to say that. What's as or more important than
knowing what to do. Right.
So what do you mean by that?
Well, first of all, knowing what to do and why to do it is important. But as important as that is knowing what not to do and why not to do it. Because here's the bottom line is that most of the people that don't do well in the markets, it's their fault. It's the risk is not in the market. The risk is in the trader and the investor. And a lot of the reason for that is that they don't know what not to do. And it starts right away or right off the bat with a mindset. You don't want to go into the markets looking for the easiest way to make money. Mm-hmm. What you should be doing, your attitude should be looking for a way to not lose a lot of money. If you want an easy way to make money, win the lottery or get adopted by Warren Buffett.
So you're kind of talking a little bit about keeping what you have as well.
Well, that's the bottom line. It doesn't make any difference how much you make if you lose it all. It's how much you keep that's important. And one of the ways that you make sure you keep it is to have risk management, to use a stop loss. And for a lot of people that may not be familiar with that, maybe this is a good way of looking at it. Let's say that we string a tightrope between 2 buildings downtown, 300 feet off the ground, and I tell you to walk from one building to another. What could possibly happen there?
You could possibly fall down
300 feet, and they would not be a good outcome for you.
Did you say 300 feet because it's football season and that's one football field?
That is what came to mind, actually. I was trying to figure out what would be a long distance to fall.
Yeah.
But let's say now you're going to still walk from building to building 300 feet above the ground, but you have a net that's 5 feet below you.
Not bad.
Not bad. You still could fall, but you're only going to fall 5 feet. Same thing is true in the markets. You need to have a safety net there because there will be times when you're wrong, and you want to make sure that you have that net to protect yourself.
Yeah, that really brings that financial confidence is when you have a safety net there to protect you, just like what I was talking about, having a safety net, walking on a tightrope, and having that right underneath you. That will bring you confidence to be able to walk across. That brings you confidence into your investment decisions. Now, talk a little bit about, so we get a lot of people that come to the academy that they, have whatever dollar amount it is. It doesn't matter, right? Because there's leveraged assets where you can use pretty much any type of an account based on your account size, right? It's the leverage that you can use in there. Now, do people just start with everything that they have in their, say somebody has X amount of dollars. Do they take everything and put it on the market, or are you talking about taking smaller accounts or smaller chunks of it?
Yeah, you're talking about the difference between gambling and approaching the market with intelligence.
Exactly,
and that's starting small. Nobody is born with the skills to be able to do this. It takes knowledge. It takes education. But it's not just education. It's the skill building to use that knowledge, whatever you have learned in the education part. And that's repetition. That is something that takes time to build. But so you don't want to start by taking a lot of your money and investing it because bottom line is it's probably not going to be there for you when you finally reach the point where you get things figured out.
So you take small chunks
You
of
take
that.
very small amounts.
Use leverage.
And what Josh was talking about with leverage there is taking every investment dollar you have and multiplying the impact that it will have. It's like a mortgage on a home. We talk about that all the time. You don't have to come up with $400,000 or $500,000 of your own cash to put on the line to buy a home. You get a mortgage, and maybe for $40,000 or $50,000, you now control that $400,000, $500,000 asset.
Yep, but we're not talking about taking $40,000 or $50,000 in the market.
Nope.
It's taking smaller chunks,
right? Very small amounts. And the great thing about leverage, Josh, is that it allows people that think that they might not have enough to participate to be able to participate.
Yeah.
So with a smaller amount of money, you can actually control an investment that's a multiple of that amount of money you have by maybe a factor of 10 to 1 or 50 to 1 or 100 to 1. It allows people to participate in the stock market. It allows people to participate in the commodities market, gold, silver,
Yep.
oil, your favorite.
Lean hogs. We haven't talked about that for a while.
No, we haven't.
Our listeners probably been waiting for that. Where is lean hogs?
It's time we brought back lean hogs. Could be sugar, coffee, soybeans, interest rates, currencies, a number of different things. Those you have access to, and those are the things that the big players are using. They are not just trading stock. So when you look at a hedge fund manager or someone like Warren Buffett, they're using these leveraged assets because they know that that's where real value is for them.
Yep.
But it's really important if you do that, you have that safety net, which allows you to take a smaller amount of money, actually control a much larger investment with protection if you're wrong.
Yep. That's where when in these investing classes that you teach here in Bloomington, we both actually teach these, and we kind of pull back the curtain on how the markets actually work. The futures market, what is that? How can you use that smaller amount of capital? It's not we're telling you that you can do that. It's the market allows you to do that. It's the fact of the matter.
Right.
The Forex market, you actually have 50 to 1 leverage. So if you have $1, you can actually control $50. Now that's maximizing the capital that you have. They don't talk about that stuff on YouTube or in books. They just talk about buy here and hope it goes up and go for the long haul. Well, that's not a good strategy, especially if markets are at all-time highs. So you got to think about this. If markets are at all-time highs, you need to understand those different techniques and concepts and use the leverage properly to protect what you have, but also utilize these markets so it doesn't matter which way it goes. And if you want to build that financial confidence, it starts with some knowledge in these investing classes. Al teaches these here in Bloomington. We do these during the week. We also have these on the weekend. And these are classes where we've taught thousands, just like you, are many strategies which are designed to teach you to make better investing decisions. So if you want to text the word invest to the number 484848, you're going to receive tickets for this investing class, also the Cryptocurrency Foundations course. We had a great week with the cryptocurrency, a big down market, a big down week this week, especially a couple days there. Nice buying opportunities. This is how to utilize these cryptocurrency markets to your advantage. Like I said earlier, this is the internet 1995, except for this is cryptocurrency or blockchain technology or digital assets 2021. Text the word invest to the number 484848. When you do that, you're going to receive a link right back. Pick a date within that link for this investing class. When you do that, you're going to receive that cryptocurrency course. So, Al, with markets at all-time highs, people hopefully are at their best, the highest account value that they've had, just because it is all at all-time highs. Now, people still don't have enough to retire, though. We have a retirement crisis. There's not enough in there, even though they've done really well. And there's a gap. There's a gap that they have, and they need to catch up in their retirement accounts. What are some of the things? Well, you talk to a lot of people here at Online Trading Academy, our sponsor, and what are some of the things people are looking for when they come into these investing classes?
Well, first of all, when they come in, if they say, I want to make money, my goal in the market is to make money, that's the wrong way. And I talked about that mindset before. That is one of the things that you want to change. And it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. It's really concentrating more on that risk management part of it. But people are coming in, looking at their portfolios and saying, we're up. Our portfolios are up. So we've had growth there. But then I look at what the market has done or what other people have done, and I'm far short of where they are. So the problem there is that a lot of people then on their own take more risk, and they
Yep.
think to catch up they have to do something that's riskier. You mentioned cryptocurrencies. Well, if you know how to do that, if you have the right plan, you can invest in things like that that could be maybe too risky for people that don't understand what they're doing.
It all comes down to that education, learning how to do that, minimizing risk, and enhancing your rewards or having the potential to do that.
And here's the thing: regardless of what you're trading, whether it's cryptocurrency, whether it's the futures market, the forex market, the options market, the stock market, excuse me, it still gets down to the single most important thing is the right price.
Yep.
The right price to get into something. That's what's going to determine your probability of being successful. It's going to determine the amount of risk that you have and the amount of profit that you can have.
Yep.
So that's what you really need to start there with that core strategy. Our investment strategy, that's a proprietary strategy to OTA, does that. It is designed to help you to identify the right buy and the right entry and exit positions for any asset that you're trading for any time frame. But it also should help you identify what is appropriate for you. And you go through different time periods. You go through different cycles, just like the market and the economy. So it's important that you concentrate on what's important to you now, what's important to you tomorrow, and what's important to you when you retire.
That is key, Al. It's what is important to you now, but the future as well.
Yes.
You have to plan for the future, but you can't wait to plan for the future. You have to act. You have to take action now. And we talk to a lot of people, and I've had conversations, and I'm sure you have too, where people say, I feel like I've had my head in the sand for the last, because I just didn't know how it worked.
Sure.
These investing classes that we've been talking about, it explains to you how it actually works. And we kind of kick this segment off. That's how you build financial confidence. So what are some of the things, just real quick, that you talk to with people that come here? What are some of the things that they want to do in their future? Do they want to leave legacies, or what are some of the things they like?
Well, it really varies, and that's the interesting thing. Everybody is unique, and everybody has a different plan. That's why a plan should be like a GPS system that gets you to what your goal is. And maybe it is to leave a legacy. Maybe it is that you have kids or grandkids that you want to help through school. We have people here that are students that have maybe special needs children or grandkids, and they want to help them. Maybe you just want to travel and have a lot of fun and don't leave money to anybody. That's your prerogative.
I think I'm in that boat right there.
Yeah, it's too bad for Jameson.
Yeah, I know.
But whatever your goal is, identify that goal, and you really need to do that. You really need to know where you are now, where you want to be in the future, and if you don't identify that, it's pretty hard to plug in what's going to bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to go. So having a plan is important. That's kind of that GPS system. But the plan, really, there's two important things. A plan should include a set of rules you follow, and also it should control your emotions. And that's what happens when you follow those rules.
Yep, it all starts with that plan. I mean, we in the first segment we talked about the institutions, the smart money, they have a plan. Well, we want to start a trading and investment plan, and you as listeners want to do the same thing. Learn the techniques and strategies that the smart money is using, the banks, the institutions, and do it just like they do. I mean, you're talking about some examples. We have people that just want to stay active during retirement,
right.
But nobody wants to do nothing when they retire. I mean, we have those conversations all the time. People say, I don't want to just do nothing. Well, and they come in and say, hey, I want to use the market really to stay active even. I mean, sometimes people don't even really need the money. They just want to stay active and protect what they have. So if you don't even want to trade, you just want to protect your assets, well, there's strategies and techniques for that. And Al, you talk a lot about these different techniques and strategies within 401ks, IRAs, and also regular trading accounts in these investing classes. So callers 1 through 10, I want to invite you to this class that Al teaches right here in Bloomington. We're kind of by the Mall of America, right off 494. Real easy to find. These classes, they're only 2 hours. The great thing about them, they're free. You also get a cryptocurrency foundations course when you come into this class as well. Actually, when you just register. So when you call in right now, you're going to receive tickets for this class and the cryptocurrency foundations course. Call 952-814-4410. That's 952-814-4410. You got to call right now. When you do that, you're going to receive that cryptocurrency course. You can also text the word invest to the number 484848. Click the link that you get back in the text. Pick a date, but you got to do that right away, and then you're going to receive that cryptocurrency course. Al, what do you got coming up next?
You know what? Let's talk about a concern that we hear often that simply is, I'm too busy. I just don't have the time to do this now.
Got it. Concerns in the markets, how to get in, even if you are busy. There's business owners that want to be able to utilize their money wisely. How to do that coming up next. Call 952-814-4410 for 2 tickets for the investing class. This is Josh and Al, Investing with Confidence. We'll be right back.